Hello, you're talking to Shop Talk.
What's happening?
Who's on the phone?
This is Corey.
Corey? Which Corey?
Corey.
It's been a while.
Corey been a
This
while.
is Corey from Ohio.
Corey from Ohio. That's been a while. What's happening, man?
All right.
Just enjoying my my evening here, my extended weekend.
I hope we're not messing that up for you.
Yeah, you there?
With our show? Are you watching our show and you're still enjoying your weekend?
Absolutely.
That's strange.
So I have a little topic for you.
All right.
I asked a question on a forum the other day about Target Superheat. Now, when it's cold outside and you're doing checks, I'm using Measure Quick with Testo probes. Do you set your outdoor dry bulb temp as your what the actual outdoor air temp is, or do you calculate it based on, like, if your saturation temp was 100 and you have 13 SEER, do you do like 75 degrees?
For Target Superheat, you have to use the outdoor temp as is.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
If you're raising your head pressure, by covering the condenser panel.
How cold was it?
Probably 55.
Well, 55 is pretty much the bottom of the barrel for doing calculations of Target Superheat. You could still technically calculate it based on stuff that I've read in the past at 55 degrees, but it's kind of wishy-washy when you're doing Target Superheat with a piston and trying to blank off the coil. TXV is a little bit more predictable with that response, but I don't know about a piston.
Yeah, I just didn't know if you go on actual outdoor temperature or what you're basically, like, if your outdoor temperature was 75 and you have a 25 degree CTOA, then you would put, get it to 100 and set your outdoor dry bulb to 75. I didn't know quite how that worked.
That would be an interesting experiment to do if you can block it off and you get your condensing temperature up and then you reverse calculate what the dry bulb would be. Mm-hmm. It'd be interesting to see if that superheat stayed the same, because when your outdoor temperature drops, it manipulates the superheat and makes it go up because the pressure drops. So you're kind of forcing something else to happen. I don't know how accurate it'll be.
Yeah, I was hoping to get an answer from the Master Bergman, but he didn't chime in on that question on the forum.
Let's get him on the line right now. Let's call Bergman.
Should we phone a friend here?
He's gonna like it. We have a meat pitcher. He'll love it.
Oh yeah. He's gonna tell you physics won't allow it.
Physics won't allow it. I think it works for TXVs though.
Huh?
It works for TXVs, but I don't think it'll work for a piston.
Yeah, I wouldn't do it.
I would just wait till it got warmer.
Just wait for warmer weather.
I'd wait for warmer. You can calculate it at 55 degrees, but you almost have to come back and do it again in warmer weather.
Yeah. No. All righty. Well, that's all I had, so I appreciate it.
Well, thanks for the real topic, man. That was cool.
Yeah.
I'll talk to you guys later.
Take care.
Bye.
Corey from Ohio.
That's kind of interesting, though. I've never thought about that. If you're blanking part of the coil off and you're raising your head pressure, and you do, you calculate what that would be running at, your outdoor dry bulb.
Mm-hmm.
Never thought about that.